Welcome back to another episode of It's in the Details, the Big Brother edition. As I am Damien.
And I am Roger.
And please remember to share, like, subscribe, rate, review, comment wherever you get the show. Dude,
Let's get started.
It's a week I think we've been dreading.
Yeah.
It had to sooner or later.
But it's gonna happen. It happens every season.
Yeah.
You like someone and then they go home like 2-3 into the jury. Like every season.
Yeah.
Every season.
All right. So Sarah Beth is the HOH. I ended off last episode saying, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh, by the way, she's HOH by milliseconds over Derek X. Let's remember this. Milliseconds.
0.01.
Yeah.
0.01.
Yeah.
So she's the HOH. Kyland and her are talking. He tells Sarah Beth he'd like to target Claire or DX.
Yeah.
She's kind of non-committal.
Little tidbit. This conversation spanned over 5.5 hours of him trying to convince her, hey, it should be Claire and Sarah and Derek X, DX.
Was she on Xavier?
I don't remember who. I just remember the specifics of the thing, that it was a lot of convincing by Kylan until Sarah Beth finally just gave in. But yeah, I think Xavier was on there, and I think Hannah was on there, maybe. But yeah, this was a long convo.
So Kylan putting in some cookout work for sure.
Yeah.
DX is also concerned about Sarah Beth being the HOH because when he had power, he nominated her on her birthday. So his worries are justified. Tiffany and Derek F are going at it in the HOH room, I think. Then they were going at it in the pantry, because they've never dealt with the fact that Derek F rolled up on her like Suge Knight when she wanted Brittany for a discussion. And
like
Derek
Suge Knight.
He rolled up in there. I think I said this before, like someone was coming for Tupac and Suge Knight said he belongs to Death Row Records. Okay.
Yeah.
So they had this discussion, and Derek F's talking this. Because we're from the same place, I thought we had the same. And she's like, she stops him right away. And I think I knew this before, but I think this is the moment when I realized Tiffany is my number one.
Yeah, this is when I realized that these two don't like each other.
Oh, plain old don't like each other.
Yeah, they just do not get along. And it's just interesting to me that like they can not like each other and still be in an alliance for this cause. Like it's kind of cool to see. I don't know, like how many times have we seen alliances where like two people don't like each other? It happens all the time, by the way. And then it's what cracks it's the foundation of a crack in the alliance. And like it's good that they're not letting it affect the cookout.
These people
so far.
These people are doing it for the culture. Okay.
Yeah.
Azza and Tiffany were fighting. They're buddy now. We'll get to that a little bit later. Yeah. Derek F and Tiffany were fighting. They are still holding it together. Xavier, Kylan, Hannah have always been kind of holding it down, being the steady forces, but they're doing it for the culture, man. The edit they're showing us of Sarah Beth's HOH in this first episode of the week is just her trying to find out who's willing to use this power when they get to the high roller room. She's not getting any information. She doesn't, at least what they're showing us. She doesn't seem to want any other information, and it all makes sense, right? You can't really decide on anything until this high roller power is used. Also, in another room, we got DX asking more questions about these Black people. Just, he's not saying the Black people, but he's asking questions about the Black people.
Yes,
right?
yes, yeah.
He's so comfortable with Claire and Tiffany that he's asking them openly, which is dangerous, but he doesn't see it because he's riding with them. He believes,
because he doesn't. It's because he doesn't see it being a racial thing. Because then you would think I shouldn't tell Tiffany.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So he just sees it as an alliance, not as a racial cause. Is that, I don't know what's the right term. Like, yeah, like
I don't know if it's like they're all black, right?
Right.
I don't
Right.
know if it's so much a racial thing, like a cause. It's the easiest link to one another
Right.
in this house that
Like
never
they want a black person to win this season.
sure, but
Yeah.
they also want all of the black people to be left.
Yeah.
That's
Like they
it,
want to be
right?
the last one standing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Which,
the
by the way, which I love. Like I
oh yeah,
love
yeah, of course.
this karma getting back at the show some way. Like all these seasons of white people getting together and taking out all the color folk.
Exactly.
It's like flipped around this season. I love it. So
Yeah.
just to clarify. Yeah.
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 Yeah. And of course I know. And the link is so easy, and it's being brought on by opportunity, and it's an opportunity that has never existed in the show before. Right. So
Right.
I think they feel the weight of knowing that they have to stick with it. They have no choice. They
Right.
have to.
Yeah.
Uh,
Right.
we hope.
Right.
But furthermore, Tiffany never makes that kind of mistake that Derek is making. Like she had the slip up in front of Hannah, but the mistakes she makes aren't as big, or at least the ones they're showing us. And I feel like Tiffany's playing the best game in the house.
Yeah,
Maybe,
I think so too. Yeah.
maybe Xavier.
Yeah, he's up there too. He's
Yeah.
like, yeah, waiting in the weeds to jump.
Yeah.
Very patient.
Yeah. And his patient is the right word, because his game's
Yeah.
less flashy. His game's way
Right.
less flashy. Sarah Beth declares to Kyland, probably at the end of that 5-hour conversation, that her targets are definitely Alyssa, Xavier, and DX.
Right.
And again, with the powers at play, she's just going to have to nominate pawns because she doesn't know what the hell is going to happen. So up goes Derek F. and Claire, our pawns for probably the next, I don't know, 1 or 2 more weeks, probably.
Derek F is definitely the new Brittany.
Yeah.
Now that Brittany's out.
And the interesting thing about Derek F being the new Brittany is he knows he's so covered by the cookout that he doesn't even bat an eye.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Not even concerned. And it's such a great display of the 2 different states of their games, where Brittany goes up and blows up every single time.
Right.
Derek F's been up, what, 3-4 times now?
Something
Probably
like that.
the
Yeah.
same amount, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's getting pulled off and he's pulling himself, like things are happening. But he's been up there just as many times.
He's not as worried.
Then we get the high roller money. At 50 BB bucks, we got Azza, Sarah Beth, and Tiffany, and Kylan.
And Kylan.
Yep.
All makes sense.
Yes, I
To
think
me.
so. And then at 75, we got Hannah, Xavier, and Alyssa.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then Claire jumps into the 100 BB bucks with Derek F and Derek X.
Yeah, that's weird.
You're surprised by Claire.
Yeah. She seems like a $50 kind of girl. unless the audience sees that she's in trouble and they're trying to give her more money to Yeah.
I think so. I think that's what it is, because she's constantly going up.
Yeah, it's the only explanation. Yeah.
So the only game at play available to them because of money this week is Chopping Block Roulette, which is $125. And then next week we've got the Coin of Destiny, which is $250. And Alyssa is the only person to play Chopping Block Roulette, and Derek X, who gets $100 for his second time, much like Derek F, both
now
decide,
sitting on $200.
Yeah. And they both decide, we're keeping our money. We're going to save it for next week.
Yeah, because Derek X is now like, no matter what, in his head thinking the minimum amount he gets is $50. He's already like eligible for the Coin of Destiny. So he's looking more long term than he is short term, which might not be a good idea.
So Alyssa wins the Chopping Block Roulette, and she becomes an honorary member of the Cookout, as far as I'm concerned, because she pulls Derek F off the block. I'm like, you go, girl. All right, take care of us. And then boom, the wheel spins. Xavier on the block, honorary status denied.
He felt real bad.
She was sad. She
felt really responsible for putting him up. Like that's the risk you take, like the roulette wheel.
So we get into this Veto episode, and the back door is still on. Derek X can still go out the back door. Claire goes up and has a discussion with Sarah Beth, and she clocks that Sarah Beth is going after DX. She can feel it in her bones. She goes and tells DX, and DX gets a little nervous now because he didn't play for his safety. Tiffany comes in the room. They're all having a discussion.
Needs to win Veto, yeah.
We're looking at Tiffany. Tiffany's in a real tough spot. Xavier's on the block. Claire's on the block, and DX is likely to be targeted for the back door. So it's real difficult for you and I watching the show right now.
Yeah, because everybody knows, if Derek X doesn't win Veto, or if Derek X doesn't get chosen for the Veto, he's dead. He's dead to rights.
Yeah, it seems.
And like everybody knows it. Yeah. That's what makes this week so hard to watch. It's like, you know how this week was gonna play out if certain things didn't happen in certain ways.
Yeah. DX goes up to the HOH room to talk to Sarah Beth, and he's trying to get information out of this girl.
And she's giving him nothing.
As soon as Derek X went up to talk to her, I was like, listen, dude, you already lost. You already lost in a battle of wills to this lady once. She's not going to let you break her. And she gives him nothing.
This is where he should have brought up that, like, hey, I kind of saved you in that one week there, you know, and gave you some money, like, you know.
Left her with the 5,000 while he was yelling at the bathroom.
Yeah, like maybe this is where you say something, like, to, like, not just hope that she spills some info your way. Like, it's not gonna happen.
You know what I thought when he went up there and basically got batted away by her? She didn't even lie. She didn't even lie. She just said nothing, right?
Yeah. She was like, I don't know yet.
I immediately thought of Hannah talking to Travis. Not Travis, sorry. Hannah talking to Christian when Christian had the power. And Hannah, Christian's like skirting around it. And Hannah's like, so you're thinking about nominating me. Just force them to say it. Right? Like, Sarah Beth is taking you down this trail, and you could put a fork in the trail and just force her to do something else or say something else, right?
Right.
But he didn't do it. I think he was too nice. He just kind of with it, right?
And that's his biggest problem, was that he was too nice in this game.
It feels like that.
Yeah. But it also is the thing that we like about him the most. So yeah.
So the veto picks come down. The veto picks are Azza, Derek F, and Alyssa.
Start chiming the music.
Yeah. But he used up all of his veto picking karma. Like in the first 3 weeks.
Now
Alyssa has
exactly.
it. Alyssa's getting picked every week.
Exactly.
So the veto game is they got to set up some dominoes around the backyard. They got to either go through some prizes or go through some punishments. And the fastest person to set it up and knock it all down and hit the buzzer wins.
I like this challenge. It's probably kind of cool.
It was cool. Alyssa goes and uses damn near every domino in the stack. She uses way too many dominoes and she loses. She's too slow. Derek F comes out and he's like, yo, you see all these green blocks? I'm knocking down all of them. give me all of that cash.
What did he take off with? He got money and he got something else.
BB bucks. He got 100 more BB bucks and he got
more BB bucks.
$7,500 cash.
Right.
Azza uses even more dominoes than Alyssa. The dominoes can't even fall over. There's so many damn dominoes.
Some of them have problems, I remember.
Yeah. And then you've got Xavier coming through, and he takes every punishment he could find that will get him to the buzzer.
He didn't even think about it twice. He's like, red, fastest way, no problem.
3 minutes, man. He did it in like 3 minutes.
He got really slammed by the BB community on social media for this, because he took way too many punishments. Like, some of these are just like, why take all these punishments just so you can be on the block next week, right? Like,
I'm safe.
Yeah, but for 1 week, and then they're gonna take you out next week. You know, like, it's.
Well, no,
I don't think he needed to go as hard as he needed to.
Okay, so I felt this might be a topic.
Yeah.
So Xavier is so safe. He's so safe that
Yeah.
it doesn't matter, right? So some of he got solitary confinement for 24 hours,
Right.
which happens
That's-
this week, right?
Yeah.
So doesn't matter.
The 24 hours leading up into the vote.
Yeah.
Like the
Doesn't
moment
matter.
he's out, he gets to come out and vote, which
Yeah.
no problem.
Right.
He's already in cahoots with everybody, no problem.
Exactly. Then he got a veto disadvantage. And then he also got what was
He gets put up as an automatic third
nominee at the first chance possible. So if he doesn't win HOH this week, then he'll be the third nominee next week.
He'll be the third nominee.
Again, doesn't matter.
No, man.
Doesn't matter.
No. The longer that's the worst one of the three. Anytime
Definitely.
you're on the block, like anything can happen.
Definitely.
So like, especially if the rumors that we're getting a triple eviction coming up, like if he's the third nominee in a triple eviction, that's bad.
Yes. But we're jumping ahead, or I'm about to jump ahead. But in the event that you say, I don't know, throw the HOH, this next HOH, then you know that you're up
for sure
immediately, right?
Right.
And you know you have the votes, and I won't jump ahead just to do the HOHs yet.
I again, anytime that you put yourself willing on the block, I don't think is a good move. Like, especially for a guy like Xavier, now that you've taken out a guy of his archetype as in Derek X.
Mm-hmm.
In the totem pole, I think it was Derek X, Kyle, and Xavier, because Xavier did a really good job of making himself not as much of a threat compared to the other two, even though I think he's probably better than the both of them.
Yes.
Right. And so now you've taken out Derek X. So now the pecking order is Kylan and him.
Yeah. I mean, I wish we saw the full times, because I find it hard to believe that anybody was even within 3 or 4 minutes of him. So he probably could have taken a different route.
Yeah, I think the difference in timing was like, dude, you didn't need to take all three.
Yeah, I bet.
I think it was like something that was like 13 minutes. It was like 3 minutes. Like it was something stupid. Like, oh my God.
After the competition is finished, X uses it, DX goes up. And personally, I just want the cookout to save DX just for some drama.
I know.
Just for some drama. Just flip it up. Just flip it up somehow. The eviction episode starts. We got Azza and Tiffany talking about the boys in the Cookout Alliance. And they're talking about a little ladies alliance. Mm-hmm. Late game ladies alliance. And I don't know how they're going to get it to happen, but I think their worries are justified. So we got Xavier finding out it's time to go to solitary confinement, right? He's been there for 24 hours, doesn't get any strategy, doesn't get to do anything with the people. Julie tells this man to pack up some food and water. And he has a bag of like 13 goddamn sandwiches in it. 13 sandwiches for 24 hours. How much are you going to eat, sir? It's just
they're peanut butter and jelly, right?
They had to be.
Yeah.
He gets in the
so smart.
You like PB&J, eh?
I love peanut butter, man. Love peanut butter.
FYI, I think I had my first PB&J sandwich about 5 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was fine. It was fine. It was fine.
You got to try peanut butter with jam, peanut butter with Nutella. There's so many. Oh my God.
I don't like Nutella.
Oh my God, you're a communist.
That's wild. So anyway, he goes up there for 24 hours. We find out they got him pissing and shitting in a bucket inside of a tent.
Do they really? Is that how they do it?
Yes,
oh my God.
They gave him a bucket and a tent. Craziness. Anyway, so we got Tiffany talking to DX. She gives him a little pitch to throw Azza's way about how's Azza going to make it to the finals. And Derek X takes that pitch to Azza, and homeboy breaks down crying halfway through the pitch. I got a question for you. Are these real tears or fake tears?
Real.
You just got mad trust in DX. He's not even going to fake cry.
No, because he's desperate and he knows it and he doesn't want to leave, and it's shitty what's happening to him. So I can see why he would get emotional.
Yeah. I'm inclined to believe they're real as well. But
It kind of reminds me of Christian. Like when
mhm,
Christian realized
yes,
that his neck was on the line, he like his instincts kicked in, and you could see the fear and like desperation. He didn't want to leave.
yeah,
Um, and I see the same thing in Derek X. Like,
yeah,
and it's funny because the same thing's happening to him that what
yeah,
he did to Christian.
yeah,
So in a way, it's like the BB karma got back at him.
yeah. The competitors, man, the
I,
competitors
I
got.
I've never been a fan of the backdoor plan. I think the backdoor is shitty. Like, I think
You
it's a
mean
shit. It's a shitty move to make in Big Brother, but it's a move.
you mean
And like,
morally or like strategically? It's bad idea.
no, like morally, like
Oh,
it's a
okay.
shitty way of like, yeah, just ruining someone's dream, like not even giving them a chance to fight at all.
You had
Like
your
that's
chance.
that's the worst.
You had your chance when
I
we
mean,
were playing the HOH. Unless you were the HOH the week before,
I'm no, I
you
mean
had a
like
chance.
the whole like the true backdoor where like
Yeah.
the person doesn't get picked and they don't get to like play in the veto. Like there's no defending them. Like that whole like I just I don't know. It's kind of scummy to me. I know it's a move, but I think it's a scummy move.
But I think it's also born of people putting strong dudes and ladies up and they
Yes,
keep
yeah,
coming down, right? Like
yeah,
look at Janelle. How many times did Janelle save herself back in the years? She
right,
the veto queen for many
right,
seasons, right?
right,
And you get tired of your plans blowing up and then someone going home that you didn't want to go
right,
home, right?
right.
I'm with you. It feels icky.
Yeah,
It does feel
yeah.
icky, but what are you
It's
supposed to do?
sometimes you, yeah, exactly. Sometimes it's needed. I thought it was needed with Christian, and like, and I'm probably biased, but it probably
Yeah,
wasn't needed for Derek X, right?
you're
Like,
definitely biased. And it
yeah,
was definitely
yeah,
needed. It was definitely needed. The
yeah. It's
the
just, yeah, it just sucks watching.
the
It's,
gross
I don't,
one, the gross one is when they were head of household the week before. So they
yeah,
can't play at all. They can't save themselves in anything.
right,
That one's really gross. But again,
yeah,
what am I going to let you do? Go compete and screw up my week?
right,
I gotta do what I gotta do.
right,
Um, then we have one of my favorite gags of the whole season, right? So they're getting ready to vote. Xavier has been gone for 24 hours. He comes out looking like Superfly. I might be dating myself, but he came out like a black
not even,
exploitation pimp.
not even that, but like his strut. Like he
Yes.
was trying to strut down the stairs.
Yeah.
And I honestly, I think we may have just witnessed someone losing their job on the production team because there's no way we needed that whole section in on the show.
We did.
They should have just cut where he was already at the bottom of the stairs.
Let me tell you something, Roger. Okay. You invite a black man onto a television show, right?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be on this TV show all the time. This is what Big Brother is. You got cameras following me the whole damn time. You
Right.
put me in a room for 24 hours. That means no cameras are on me for this whole 24 hours. I'm a model. I'm a lawyer. I'm ripped. All these ladies like me. Listen, when I come out, when you break me out of this room, I've been pissing and shitting in a tent on a bucket. Okay. When you let me out of this room, it's time to show out. You're going to see something. I've been being creative. I haven't been talking to anybody. I'm doing something when I come out of here. And he came out super flat. It was fantastic. You should have allotted time in the live eviction episode to watch this man walk because it was going to be worth it. Julie throws to the people waiting in the room and she calls DX Baby D.
Yeah, she asked him, "Do you mind if I call you Baby D?" What is it with the nicknames this year?
So for the same reason, you can't call Derek F Big D.
Right.
You can't call Derek X Baby D. Okay.
Baby D. Yeah.
You can't. So they get up and pitch, and Claire's pitch. It's like Claire found out she had to pitch when she was pitching. She didn't know. It's like she didn't know she had to say anything. It was a disaster. Listen, I'm going to say this. This might be slightly controversial. I would have rather listened to Britney rapping again.
Oh no.
Than watching Claire's pitch. It was rough. Derek X pitches, and he goes hard. Like he thinks it might still be like it's not coming his way, but he might be able
Yeah.
to flip Azah. I'm thinking most definitely he's trying to flip her. They go in and vote. Vote comes down 5-2. Derek X is going home. He gets sympathy votes from Hannah and Kyland.
Yeah.
Derek F. He votes Derek X. Xavier comes down and delivers his vote after strutting all the way down through the house. And he says, I vote to evict the swagadelic Derek X.
Right.
Julie thanks him. And he says, peace, love, and cocoa butter. I'm not going to try and deliver the accent the way he did. Fantastic. Derek X goes out, talks to Julie, has a short conversation. It's decent. He doesn't do any of the craziness that any of the people that have gone out before him have said. I watched the extra interview on the Instagram feed. He is trying to figure out who he should have been mistrusting or he shouldn't have trusted in this house. And he can't put his finger on the alliance. One of the goodbye messages is from Kyland. Says, I'm working with a group I've been working with since the second week. And he thinks, oh, this has got to go all the way back to Slaughterhouse. He's trying to piece it together, but he keeps putting Alyssa in whatever group. He keeps going Xavier, Kyland, Tiffany, Alyssa, and he just can't get it together.
He still doesn't see it.
He's thinking it's a 5-person alliance, but he can't put all the black people together.
And what's funny is Julie's sitting there. She can't say nothing.
Yeah. He's gone. He's hoping for a battle back, by the way. He's hoping.
Yeah, I remember that. I was like, yeah, nice try. It's not happening.
It doesn't seem like it.
Not in COVID times. Sorry.
Yeah, that's true. So then we get into the HOH competition for real. Xavier throws it, which makes perfect sense.
I didn't see that. I didn't notice that.
Before he picks his true or false, he throws up the peace signs, and then he picks his thing and throws up the peace signs again. Right. And before Julie could even tell him he was eliminated, he's trying to walk out of the cubicle.
He's already out.
Nothing to gain from him winning HOH, right? Because he's got to declare too. Tiffany wins. Finally gets some power.
Legitimately too.
Yeah. Finally gets some power. Yeah. Sarah Beth and Alyssa are going up. I'm positive.
You think?
I don't know who else it could
I don't think so.
There's only 3 left. There's only 3 left. Sarah Beth, Alyssa, Claire.
See, Tiffany strikes me as the person that I could see going after the top dogs of the cookout. Like she's already has their mind thinking like, hey, we got to go after them before they go after us. And I think she'll take that shot on them first. So like Xavier, Alyssa, or Kylan, SB.
Xavier's going up. He's the 3rd nominee.
Right. So then there's no point in going after him and Alyssa because he's already up. So then I would assume SB and Kylan.
So
if they're trying to set themselves up to be better positioned within the cookout, that would be the move.
The other thing too is nothing she does with her 2 nominations matter
because unless she wins. Unless she herself wins the Coin of Destiny. Yeah.
But the Coin of Destiny doesn't get played until they put up some nominees.
Right.
So she could say anything.
Yeah. She could put up, this whole week is basically a write-off unless she wins it again.
Painful to have a week where Tiffany finally wins and it can be stolen from her.
Right. But hey, at least she gets to see her family in the room and stuff. It's not that they can take that from her. So not a lost cause.
All right, man. Well, once again, thank you for joining us on It's in the Details, the Big Brother edition. As always, please remember to share, like, subscribe, rate, review, comment wherever you get the show. Roger?
Yeah, follow me on social medias. I'm at i6hitman, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, all that stuff. You can find me there.
Take care, y'all. See you in a week. Peace.
Have a good week, guys. Later.